Hello there, yarn lovers, it's Gary and I'm coming to you from my happy place, the Yarn Corner here on Vancouver Island in Canada. So welcome. Today is Tuesday, March the 19th, 2024. How are you all doing? I hope you're well and staying safe. In this episode, I will be talking about mystery yarn bags. We all love a mystery. Well, most of us do. And I, for one, I kind of sit in between on either side. Sometimes I like to see what other people get before I launch into a mystery bag. Sometimes I will try something. If it doesn't work out, I won't go back. And on other occasions, when I take the leap of faith and I get something really good, I know that when I go back and purchase another mystery bag that I'll get something of good value or equal value to these ones that I've purchased. So this is my second purchase that I've made of mystery bags. I do shop at this store. It's a Ontario, Canada store, and it is called Aberdeen's Wool Company. I'll link the website down below. I'm not affiliated, but I'm super happy with the 3 mystery bags that I picked. When you go visit, all the price points in Canadian dollars, and these mystery bags at the filming of this video, they're 25 Canadian dollars each. I believe at the time that I purchased mine, I was offered up a extra discount. The store was offering up a Valentine's Day special, and they were taking 14% off their site-wide products. So I got a 14% off as well at the time when I made my purchase. So that was even added gravy on top of these wonderful yarns that I got at a steal. So yeah, before I get going on that, I do want to talk about what Hank, my man form, is wearing and what I'm wearing. So Hank is wearing, he's wearing the Cosmic Dandy. It's a knitted item that I finished up maybe a week ago, and it was featured in my last video. I didn't have it blocked, but now it's blocked and it's just draping super nice. So I thought I'd put it on Hank so you could see it all like blocked out. And this seam here was my issue that I was having when it wasn't blocked. It was kind of a little bumpy, and now it's laying nice and flat, and all those yarn over holes are showing up nicely. So yeah, he's sporting the Cosmic Dandy, and it is by Julie Knits in Paris. All patterns and yarn stores and YouTube videos that I mention will be down in the description box if you want to go and check that out. To find out any more information, that's where all the links will be. And what I'm wearing is a crocheted shawl that I finished up about 3 months ago. I'll take it off because it is getting quite warm in here. And it is to the tutorial over at Bag O' Day by our friend Crystal. And it is called I Want It All, which is a reference to Queen, which is the band. And I absolutely love making this. The yarn was also a yarn that was generously gifted by Crystal from Keith over at Yarn Snob. And the colorway is called Witch's Shoes. So I paired it with a linen color from Hobbii, and I like the way that it broke it up a little bit. So yeah, it's super drapey and bouncy. The fabric is so squishy good. I absolutely love this. And if you've not heard of Crystal, I highly suggest that you go over if you're looking to learn some crochet skills, or maybe want to strengthen some of the ones that you feel need a bit of work on, or get inspiration on the stitches that you know. She comes up with these amazing patterns, and there's so many tutorials over there. I think over 1,200 tutorials. So go over, give her a like, maybe join her yarn peeps in clicking that subscribe button. And yeah, so I absolutely love this. So as I said, it's a little warm, so I'm going to take that off and put it to the side. It smells great. This was also blocked as well, and I just like the blocked blocking, how it opens up all the stitches. Amazing. So I'll just put that here. Now onto the yarn. So I made this purchase February the 9th, 2024, and it's been with me for maybe 3 weeks. Came in a box. As I said, I got 3 mystery bags in the knit variety. And I was really surprised to see that the fine folk over at the Aberdeen Wool Company had sent me a gift as well. So I'll show you the gift at the end. I'm really stoked about and speechless about the gift that they had given me. Yeah, it's unbelievable. So thank you so much to Aberdeens for that kind gesture. So, okay, these are what the bags look like. I did open them up already and I got 3 of them. So this is, we'll call it bag number 1. They always come with patterns. So in these, when I was looking through these patterns, I was like absolutely amazed at some of them. This is a small kerchief kind of scarf, great for accents and adding that little bling or loud kind of like pop to your ensemblage. And it is called, I'm not too sure what the name of this one is called. Okay, Be Simple Variations. Be Simple Variations. So yeah, that's really nice. It's like a 3-page pattern. I have one here which is looks like a cow, and it's called Oats, and that's from Tin Can Knits. Nice bit about the patterns that go along with the yarn in the mystery bags is that they can be incorporated into the designs, or you could make the entire design with it in some instances. So really nicely thought out there. This one is called Magic HRC Scarf. That's pretty cool. And that's by Aisha Brill. Oh yeah, hey, let's look at the yarn in bag number 1, shall we? That's what we're here for. First one that I pulled out is this lovely rusty brown kind of orange color. I love it. And it is from Barocco, made in Peru. And the collection is called Lannis Light. It's 100% wool. I love how it's slightly heathered and it has different hues and color saturation in little speckles right across it. So this will make a nice garment with that added pleasurable kind of depth of tone. I love that. I love that. So it's considered a 2-weight yarn. I would agree. Yeah. And the ball is offering up 100 grams, which gives me 383 yards or 350 meters. So more like a sport weight, I'd say. Yeah, it does sort of like when you stretch it out, it does get thin like a fingering, but I think with that halo, you probably want to treat it more like a sport weight. Softness factor, it does have a nice squish to it, squish, squish. I'm going to say, yeah, I feel the rustic wool in there. So out of 5, I'm going to give it a 3. I have no problems with wool against my skin, and I've felt more rustic wool than this one here. So I'm going to say that this isn't the roughest of pure wool that I felt. The color number, should you be interested, is 78126. The recommended washing instructions are hand wash in cold water, lay flat to dry. The suggested hook and needle size, hook is 3.75 to 4 millimeters, or needle is 3.5 to 4 millimeters. And it's made in Peru. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. The next thing that I'm pulling out here is also from Barocco. And this one is, sorry, that's upside down. This one is made in Italy. It is Dolce. This is a multi-blended fiber content yarn. It is 50% cotton, 20% nylon, 16% alpaca, 14% wool, and a partridge in a pear tree. No, only kidding. So what we have here is considered a 4-weight yarn, made in Italy. Got to find my words. They're suggesting here needle recommendation for 4.5 millimeter, or a crochet hook recommendation, also 4.5 millimeter. The ball itself is 50 grams. So I got 100 grams there. I think that'll make a nice cowl. And the softness factor, I'm giving that, I'm going to say 3.5 out of 5 for softness, 5 being the softest on my scale. Okay, yardage I'm getting is 175 yards, 160 meters. The color, should you want it, it is a 2033. There it is there, all the information. So let's take a look at it. It's a nicely plied yarn that has a white thread. So I'll be able to get something like a really interesting fabric. Pops of color in between with this white, I believe it might be the cotton. And then all the rest of it is spun around it. Maybe that's the alpaca, the fuzziness. I think it's really nice. I really like it. So far, I'm winning with so many wonderful options with the fabric that will come out in the end with the heathers and with this lovely, interesting twist here of cotton and wool fibers. And last in the package, for package 1, is this yarn here. Excuse me. This is yarn I've never felt before. I have used some of Queensland yarn before from the Queensland collection, but not this brand called Walkabout or the collection called Walkabout. It is feels to me like 100% wool. This one is it's slightly rougher than the rusty brown one. So I'm going to rate this a 2.5 out of 5 for the softness factor. Maybe even a 2 out of 5. But for me, I'm happy with this type of yarn. I absolutely love working with it. The color is phenomenal. And I do like that this is a heathered color as well. So I'm getting other specks in there and a little bit of light and dark of the color. Love it. So let's take a look at, it's called Organic Shetland Wool. Maybe that's 100%. Yeah, Organic Shetland Wool. And in these 50-gram balls, I'm getting 157 yards or 144 meters. They're considering that, I'm going to say it's like a 3-weight. It's like a nice 3-weight yarn. I'm not sure. They're saying it's a 2-weight. So maybe it's a 2. Somewhere in the middle. I think I've seen some mandalas that are kind of like this thin, and they classify them as a 3. Yeah. So let's take a look at care instructions here and where are you made. So it says here, oh, that print is so tiny. I'm not sure. The colorway is 20, called Glacier. And what else can I tell you? Oh yeah, here's the washing instructions. Hand wash, do not tumble dry, lay flat to dry. Yeah. And I don't see made in Turkey. There we go. I got all of them. All the information you need. So that was bag number 1. Let me just give you a quick review. I won't show the patterns again, but I'll just hold up the yarn. So this is what I got in bag number 1. 2 of the grey, 3 of the 50-gram in the Glacier, and 1 rusty red. I think that's great. Steel, 25 Canadian. And then I got a little bit of a discount off of that too. Okay, bag number 2. Moving right along, let's take a look at the patterns. Ooh, I think I'm going to get some sock yarn in this one because what's coming up here is called the Rye Light, and that's a sock pattern by Tin Can Knits. I really like Tin Can Knits. I've got there a few books of theirs and patterns that I've done before, and I really like them. This is also Tin Can Knits. It's called the Barley, and it's a hat. Look how cute she is. And the last one I have here is Easy It Goes. I think this might be another like little scarf for chief situation going on. And that one is from Michelle Higgins. I don't know, you can't really see that very well in there. And this is bag number 2. Oh yes, I remember that. Barocco Vivo. I have seen this online before. I love those colors. And I've seen this up to the price tag of like $16 for this beauty. And honestly, like, if I'm considering buying and trying something like a unique yarn like this, I'm so happy it's landed in my bag, because now for spring, something like that is perfect. And I could make one of those little scarf-a-chiefs patterns from what's been included in the bag. I love it. So let's take a look. It is 100% cotton, 100 grams, and it is offering up 317 yards or 290 meters. It's made in Italy. It's considered a 3-weight yarn. It does a little kind of twisty, wavy style of yarn or thread, and I think that's going to create an interesting texture when worked up, offering up sort of like more organic feel into the fabric and not so unified looking. So you'll get some more I don't know, maybe cottage style, weathered looking, if you're going for that sort of look in the design. And I love the colors, how they wash into each other without having to try a healthy chunk in a sample. I don't know whether the blending is gradual or whether the blending is quite stark, but I do like that mix of color in there. So yes, softness factor for this, for a cotton, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. So really nice and light. I do like it. What else can I tell you about it? So the suggested knitting needle size is 4mm and also crochet hook. Machine wash in cold water on delicate cycle and lay flat to dry for care instructions. And that's it. I've given you everything. Oh, color is 3516. So that's the color number there. There you go. Love that. Next up, we have a Barocco Ultra Alpaca. Oh my God. This is amazing. So with something that I've seen before price tagged at like 15, maybe that was even 15 US, and now this, which I've seen for at least $13 in Canada, at the cheaper end. Now I've already made up my price for the bag with a few more yarns to go, with one more actually yarn to go. I love this color. Again, one of my favorites in yarns is getting the heathered quality, and this one here is proving to be the similar kind of heathered textured, slightly fuzzy. And what else can I tell you about this Barocco Ultra Alpaca? It's considered a 4-weight, 100 grams in the hank, offering up 219 yards or 200 meters. It's 50% super fine alpaca and 50% Peruvian wool. The color number is 62196. The softness factor of this, similar to the other alpacas that I've mentioned. So again, a 3.5 out of 5. Does have a little bit of a tooth to it, but I could wear that against my skin with no undergarments required. Now, did I give you the other stuff that needs to be read out here? 5mm set of knitting needles, 5mm crochet hook, made in Peru. And the care instruction is to hand wash in cold water and lay flat to dry. Absolutely stunning yarn. And the last one for this pack is a sock base yarn. I would have guessed because they did have those sock patterns in from Tin Can. It's in this bag, mystery bag. So it's called Sock. I believe it's called Sock. It's upside down. There we go. Sock. It's from KFI collection. Is that knitting fever? I'm not sure what that abbreviates to, like what that what the abbreviation is. It's organic merino wool blend, and it is 75% organic wool and 25% polyamide. The little symbols here are so tiny, but I believe it's hand wash and lay flat to dry. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. If it's, yeah, it's organic wool, it's not superwash, so maybe it needs to be hand washed. 100 grams in the hank, ball, and it is offering up 450 yards or 420 meters. Considered a one weight. Recommended knitting needles are 2.25 to 3.25 millimeters, or a crochet hook is 2.25 to 3.5 millimeters as well. It is made in Turkey and it's very squishy. I do love the colors. I wonder what they've called that color. Maybe it's just a number as well. Yeah, oh no, it has a name. It's called Buttercup Meadows. Oh, they're so cute. I love that. So I think it's going to be a self-striping yarn. Don't know how long the stripes are, but to me it looks like short stripes. Very, very squishy. Did I give you a rating out of this? This one sort of feels the same roughness as the previous one from the pack, which was a 3. So I'm going to give this one a 3, being a little prickly. But if you are wearing them on your feet, maybe it's not so terrible. And I think this will wash up softer as well. A lot of those wool blends with either a polyamide or a nylon, they do wash up nice and soft. I've got a few from LaCroix and they always come similar to this, little prickly, little rustic. And then when you wash them up, they get all fuzzy and so cozy and warm. So yeah, really nice yarn there. So very happy with that. I'll show you what I got. These were the 3 that came in that one. Super happy with them. Thank you. Very, very happy with the quality, knowing that one of those would have been at least 15 US dollars. Now, the third one here that I've got, number 3, my patterns are Madeline Tosh. I don't know whether these are free or paid for. This is called Honeycomb or Honey Cowl. That's really nice. It has a nice stitch to it. It almost looks like an alpine stitch in crochet, but this is knitted. So like that. Thank you. And then I've got this slouchy hat, which has ribbing in it, but the ribbing is diagonal, so the chevron ribbing, if you can imagine that. Yes, it's a really nice chevron ribbing. I love that. Almost cable. Maybe that is a cable. To me, that pattern reminds me of large grains of wheat that are kind of, you know, in the chevron style pattern. So this is called Guilty Slouchy Hat by Tanis Gray for Caron Yarns. Must be a free pattern. It's a one page written out instructions, and then 1 page of it is in a diagram. So helpful if you prefer one to the other. The next one that I have here is called Simple Yet Effective, and that looks like a cow. And I believe this is also from Tin Can Knits. Very nice. You can't see it. It's a bit dark. Maybe if I hold it like that. So there is looks to me like some reverse garter and then some stocking stitch. Reversed stocking and then stocking stitch in this one in ripples is my best kind of description of it. So bag, yarn, Alaray Superwash Classic Wool in this fine color. Oh, that's really stunning. It's like an electric purple. I don't know what you would call that. Is it a royal purple? So this looks to be a 4-weight yarn. Nice twist to it. Let's say that's an even twist. Nice and springy. So if I'm going to make something intricate and needing to go back inside of another stitch several times, I like that spring factor offering up those possibilities with stitch work. So let's take a look. Superwash classic wool, machine washable pure virgin wool, and the ball is 100 grams, offering up 219 yards or 200 meters, and it's 100% wool. They're suggesting here to, I already answered that, you can machine wash it and lay flat to dry. The suggested knitting needle is 4.5 millimeters. And do they offer a crochet hook? Yes, they do. It is a 5.5 to 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. This yarn is color 065 and remade. Let me tell you where you are made if I can find it. Nope, I don't see any. Oh, here we go. Made in Romania. Okay, and the softness factor, this is squishy too. It's more of a saturated color, not so heathered like the other ones that I showed you. I'm going to rate this also a 2.5 for softness out of 5. So nice woolly kind of soft feel to it. Did I get 2 of them? Oh, I did. It's got 2 of these. Same color. And, oh, okay. I've been wanting this for the longest time. I think I even might have used one of these in my past. It was either this one or the Medina. And this is the Barocco Summer Sesame. And this is a multi-blended fiber yarn, 47% cotton, 44% acrylic, and 9% nylon. It's 100 grams in this little mini cake, and it offers up 295 yards or 270 meters. It's made in Italy, and the color number is 5257. I love that. Very rich. It's giving me like those potent colors, more rustic colorway, and like that weathered quality that I love so much. Now, softness for this one, considering that the other cotton and this one are kind of like the only like cottony blend that I got in my package, I'm going to say this one rates similar to the other one as well. And I think I rated that one a 3.5. Yeah. So I think that's going to work up nicely. They might even go together. Like have the lighter version and then have this version that's deeper and darker. Yeah, that'd be cool. So the care instructions for this is to machine wash separate in cold water on delicate cycle, lay flat to dry. And the suggested knitting needles is a 4 to 4.5 millimeters. Crochet hook is 4.5 millimeter. It is considered a 4 medium. I don't know about that. That looks pretty thin to me. It's a little bumpy as well, like it's Rovy style. And the twist is quite, I'm going to say, inconsistent. So some places it is wound tighter and some places it is a little looser. So it does have a bit of inconsistency, which turns out, as I suggested in the last cotton, that it will make something quite interesting organic feel when you're making a fabric. Now, the softest of the bunch, because I just felt it pulling it out of the bag, is this one here. It's a dream. You want to know what it is? Well, let me tell you. It's from Juniper Moon Farms, and it's called Cumulus. Doesn't it look like a cloud? It's reminiscent of cotton bud, cotton wool, and clouds. I absolutely love it. It's interesting. It feels delicate. The spin on it is very loose, and the way that it's plied together, it looks like you could pull it apart quite easily. So when it's made up into a fabric and all of the stitches are standing side by side, it will be a durable fabric. just in a single strand, it feels quite delicate. Yeah, so they're considering this one to be a 4-weight. The fibers in this is 94 cotton and then 6% nylon. It's 100 grams in the hank, offering up 250 yards or 229 meters. They're suggesting you can machine wash this, but lay flat to dry. Do not tumble dry. I love it. There's no sheen to it. As a cloud, you would expect it to be quite fuzzy and fluffy, and that's what I'm getting with this as well. The color is 01 pearl. I would agree. There's not much of a sheen to it like a pearl. It's matte. It's got a matte finish. And where are you made? Made in Italy. Oh, I like that. So I have got so many different varieties of yarn, because that's the last of that bag, and here they all are here. So we've got that beautiful electric purple, and then this one here, which is a multi colored one. I'm not sure how that blends, whether it's a nice smooth gradient or stripy, and then this fluffy cloud. So I think that's well worth it. I know that Juniper Moons is quite a high-end yarn brand, so I'm going to guess that that in itself is probably around 20 Canadian dollars or more. So I think that these bags that I received were well worth the price, giving me ample inspiration with very diverse patterns. I did just choose the knit, but I'm getting things that I could make with the yarn. If I needed to like add a little bit more to it, I could add my own stash, but I think it's self-sufficient. I could get some of those scarferchiefs, socks. I could also do the cowls that they've suggested in here. I just think that it's a great kit almost to try something new. If you're looking for a challenge, you know, and a bit of a mystery, then I think these are great. This was in the box on top, and it was neatly wrapped in this pink tissue paper. I've since like unraveled it to see what was in it. So no reflection on Aberdeen wool company at all. It was immaculately wrapped and nicely presented. This is me like being a kid in a candy shop. But Aberdeen's wool company has their own line of hand-dyed yarn, and it's called Tangle Poets. So I've shopped Tangle Poets before, but look at this. I don't know. I am having difficulty choosing which one I love the best. So there is a thing that this line does. I think it comes out sporadically, like maybe seasonal, or there is a time when the dyer will dye this up, and it's all to do with music. So it's called synesthesia. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but it is the art or experience of seeing colors when you hear music. So it's interesting that we've got some titles of songs here, and I've gone online and I've listened to the music, and it's just a interesting connection with your senses and how they can play out in all artistic ways. So it's also part of what I've been doing and presenting in the mood board mail that I'm hosting. So it's listening to music, picking up key lyrics, and creating a colorway, or not creating the colorway, but like putting together colors to work up a project that evokes that emotion. So very fitting here that we have a song, and it's called Hey Driver, and it's by Zach Bryan, and I think that's the name of the whole entire band. It's one singer, I guess. And this is super soft. The base of this is very, very soft. I'm going to give this a 3.75 to 4 out of 5 for softness. It's very squishy. It's a nice twist. I'm going to give it a medium to high twist. and it's a fingering weight yarn. So let's take a look at how much yardage I get in here. I just love the colors. They're so like I'm getting sense of the open doors in a country setting, like almost barren sand dunes with a little tuft of weed here and there, or and a river that sort of is running through it, or the blue sky. It's just lovely, lovely landscape I'm seeing here. It says here it's an 80-20, 80 superwash and 20 nylon, approximately 400 yards and 100 grams. There we go. I found it in the end. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. It's so kind of you. And not only did I get the Hey Driver, I also got this one here, which is called Wondering Why, and this is by the Red Clay Straits. Oh, I love that. This one's got more stormy colors in it, like storm clouds that are coming over like a landscape, sweeping maybe like the shower clouds that I've gone through. But will they go together? There's some colors in there that relate. It'd make a nice kind of landscapey looking garment. And I also got this one here, not from the Tangle Poets Society. It's Tangle Poets, but this is from Lana Grossa, and it's cool water. It's hand dyed. This has a speckling in it. It has a nice teal. I really like that. Yeah, the softness factor is there as well. It's like a 3.75, similar to the Tangle Poets. It's very squishy, nice. I'm going to say this is a high twist on it. It has a bit of a spring as well. Let's take a look at it. It is 100 grams, made in Italy, hand dyed in India. And it is suggesting here to use a 3 to 3.5 millimeter set of knitting needles. No crochet recommendation, but I would probably go up to a 4 with a crochet hook. Washing instructions are to lay flat to dry. It does have a washing tub here with 30 degrees. I'm not sure whether that means you can hand wash it. It's 100% marine, extra fine. I'm reading a different language, hang on. Virgin wool merino extra fine, and no other things included in it. It's 100 grams of that, 100%, sorry. And where is the yardage? 320 meters. I would say that that's probably a sport weight yarn. Yeah, it's a little thicker than the Tangle Poets. I want to say Tangle Poets Society, but it's a little thicker than this one here, which is a fingering weight yarn. But oh, thank you so much. It's super kind to have put those in as a surprise. I'm super happy with everything that I received. The mystery bags, all the yarn, the patterns, that generous gift from Aberdeen's wool company. Thank you so much. I can't wait to get going on some of the yarns from the gift and make something wonderful. And if you were to pick which yarn you would grab at first, let me know what yarn it would be. Is it the color that draws you in? Is it a collection that you've been looking at, eyeballing for a while and wanting to try? Leave it down in the comment section down below. I'd be interested to read them. And a little admin stuff here. I guess I'm going to be going away. I don't guess. I am going away for a bit of a break coming up. So you might not see me do a video for a while. And you'll know more about where I go in the next little bit, because I'm going to do some filming and hopefully maybe do some souvenir yarn shopping as well. So I hopefully will take you into some areas where I can show off some yarn from a different area from where I live, and that you'll join me there. All right, I'll see you then. Bye.